get ready to short Litecoin. It's doing a particular pattern where it's likely to move to the downside. Today, I'm going to share with you a new tool that we built to help you identify the trend. We're also going to look at the pattern position as well, but in particular, a pattern reversal signal that will tend to confirm the top. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's dive straight into Litecoin. On the screen right now, I have my trend identifier dashboard. This is a new tool that we've been working incredibly hard on building to help us with our money manager account, but also eventually you're going to have access to this in the coming days and weeks. What it allows me to do is it allows me to select any asset, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum. I've only got 5 selected over here, and I've set the settings so it tells us what the higher time frame is doing, which is the weekly. So we're going to look at Litecoin. It says the weekly trend is bearish. In other words, it's in a downtrend. We got the daily trend, which is overbought. And what that tells me is that the upside is limited and we should consider selling on a lower time frame. In other words, we can go to a lower time frame to the daily chart and see if there's a nice setup. So we're going to use this information and pull up a chart of Litecoin. And here we have it. So we got the same filter in the bottom right-hand corner. Consider selling on the lower time frame. So what do you see here with Litecoin? Now remember, markets tend to move in 5s and 3s. And what I see is a potential 3-wave correction. So check this out. So the Litecoin has moved to the downside, but it looks like it's done this A, B, C correction. And when the trend is also indicating that this is a local top with some what's called a Fibonacci price zone, then we're likely to see a follow through. Now, I'm going to talk to you today about stop losses as well and a few other things. And by the way, if you want access to this chart later on today, I'm going to upload it. And if you want to get early access to my tools, sign up for the free charts. So you'll be able to see Litecoin. It's not there yet. It'll be here probably by the end of tomorrow. By the end of tomorrow, I'll get my team to upload it and I'll give you access to some of these tools. We're gonna make it really, really affordable, these tools, because they're really, really powerful. So with Litecoin, what I'm going to just draw on here is an ABC correction. So it looks like an A, B, C correction. I like to put a question mark because it hasn't been confirmed yet. It hasn't been confirmed. And by the way, if you're not used to Elliott Wave and Fibonacci, it's one of the most powerful things when you're reading the markets. Let me make it a little bigger so we can see it like this, right? So what we're going to do now, the indicator tells us to go to a lower time frame, consider shorting or selling on a lower time frame. So we're going to drop down to an hourly chart, and that's going to give us some more information. So let's just go down to the bottom right-hand corner. We're in an hourly chart now. What this does for us is it just breaks down the wave structure. And typically, an end of a correction normally finishes in a 5-wave sequence. So again, we've got this move up. It looks like a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a wave, a potential wave A. We've got this move down, which looks like a wave B. And we've got some type of wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a potential finish of a 5, right? So we're just going to draw that on the chart as well, because this is going to give us valuable insight into what needs to occur to give us confidence that the top has been made, and we're probably going to get a follow through to the downside. Now, we don't need to make the decision straight away because there's something called a pattern reversal signal to make the short trade much safer. So if I just get rid of that, and let's just draw this part of the market. I want to really focus here in particular. Let's just zoom in like this. We might have topped out already. So it looks like this part of the market is doing some type of wave 1, a potential wave 2. There's a few different wave counts. We don't need to get too anal about it. We've got this impulsive wave. This looks corrective, a potential wave 4, and then the market moving up to make a potential wave 5. So what I would like to see before considering taking the short trade, it's on my radar now that it's got the alert going, is I would like to see a pattern reversal signal. There's a few, but the most obvious one is the price going below this swing low over here. So let me just change this to a black line because I'll make sure I save this chart and make sure you have access to it as well. So what I would like to see happen to give me more confidence that the top has been made, rather than trying to short up here, which you could do. There's some pros and cons to that. What's safer is allow the market to reverse. It might go a bit higher first, but allow the market to go below this low, take out this low. That will give more confidence that this top is likely to hold, and then wait for a pullback. Often you'll get these pullbacks. They don't always occur, But if they do, this can be a very high probability trade for a trend continuation to the downside. Now, when I say downside, let's just look at the trend potential, because Litecoin, you know, I don't know where it's placed now. I know it's probably like a top 20 at least cryptocurrency. But let's just go back into a daily chart and just look at what's possible for Litecoin. Well, we're probably going to get a continuation to the price going, if it unfolds as anticipated, down towards this range over here. So there's a lot of profits that can be made with Litecoin. So remember, what we're looking for is trend. So now we've got this trend tool, right? This is really powerful. I love this. We've been working so hard on this, but it tells us the weekly time frame. If I can get this on board, does it let me do it? Yeah, it tells me the weekly time frame is overbought or bearish. The daily is overbought, and we should consider shorting on a lower degree time frame. Then we've looked at the pattern position, and it looks like a potential wave 5 of a wave C. That's really, really significant when it comes to Elliott wave patterns. And then we should consider short selling. But again, we want to wait for a pattern reversal signal. By the way, if you want to upskill yourself, you can now check out my 4 Secrets Trading Masterclass. It breaks down Elliott waves and price position and a few other factors. The trend is also really important. It's part of one of the 4 secrets. But now we've got this dashboard that makes life a lot easier. This is free. It's in the description link below. Let's finish with a quote of the day from my book. Really relevant. It's from chapter 2. It's Warren Buffett. And he says, rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. One of the ways you can reduce the chances of losing money is by managing your risk. Only afford, especially if you're trading, I wouldn't go more than 2%. You know, that's my typical 3% absolute max. Some like 5%, but I think that's way too risky. 2% is good because you can get a 3x, 5x, 10x return in terms of risk reward. But then also be patient for the setup. Momentum, pattern, price, and then wait for that pattern reversal signal and then look to enter on the first pullback. Then the edge is in your favor. So Litecoin, what is it going to do? It's probably, highly probable, going to do a reversal and move towards the downside. But again, we will wait for the trend reversal and the pattern reversal signal.